Good morning. Good morning. You're welcome to our today's lecture. We are still on the course Basic Dispensing Theory 1, DDP 152. I'm still on the topic tablets. This is our 10th contact. Tablet part 10. And we are still discussing the tablet coating, right? That's where we are. That's where we are. Tablet coating. In our last lectures, we discussed sugar coating. We also discussed film coating. So in today's class, we continue from enteric coating. In our BD 151, when we discussed the reason why we convert drug to dosage forms, we made mention of enteric to achieve what? Enteric coating, so as to protect the active ingredient from what? Gastric what? Juice. Okay, because so that they can get to the site of action where? In the intestine, right? So based on that, we'll continue from now going to that enteric coating. Actually, what happened in that what? Enteric coating. So what is enteric coating all about? So this type of coating is actually used to do what? Used to do what? Protect what? To do what?
Protect the tablet core.
Okay. So it's used to protect the tablet core from what?
Disintegration.
Where?
In the acid environment of the stomach.
In the acid what? Environment of the what?
Of the
Stomach. Now, how do we now achieve that? And for what reason? Yes, disintegration, yes. What is the main reason why you want to do what? Prevent this disintegration. Number one is that you wouldn't want the drug itself to do what? Degrade. True of us. In the acid, because acidic environment, the gastric environment is what? Acidic in what? Nature. So if the drug will be attacked by acid 60. So there is high tendency that if it disintegrates there, then there will be problem because the drug will do what? Be what? Degraded in the what? Acidic environment of the what? Stomach. It also helps to prevent, because if it disintegrates in that gastric environment, there are some drugs that irritate the what? Mucosa, the gastric what? Mucosa. So it prevents irritation of the what? Gastric mucosa by such drugs. Example, sodium salicylate, and even some NSAIDs. Generally, we have ibuprofen. What is it called again? Diclofenac, all those things. Now, but the main point is that it prevents gastric what? Irritation. So, because if it's not protected and the medicine disintegrates, then this drug, they are bound to do what? Irritate the what? Gastric what? Mucosa. So to avoid that, and now another thing is that to enhance or to lead to delivery of the active ingredient to the what? Intestine. Because if it doesn't disintegrate in the stomach, so what will happen? It will move to where? Intestine. And the intestine, maybe that's where they want the action to do what? Take place. Where they want it to be what? Absorb. So it need to move from the gastric environment down to what? But once you swallow it, get down to the esophagus, get down to what? The stomach, and it doesn't disintegrate. It will get to what? Here. Intestine. But if it disintegrates there, it will what? Absorb. True of us. So now, so that's what happens. So delivery to provide to enhance delivery of the what? Active ingredient to their intestine. Of course, we discussed repeat action tablet. Can you remember? Yes. Repeat action what? Tablet. So in a repeat action tablet, there is an element of coating there, so as to give different what? Layers, right? Yeah. You so to and also to provide delayed what? Release of the component of the repeat action what? Tablet. I wouldn't want to go into that again, but it's coated to delay the what? The release of the component of this repeat action what? Tablet. So it is also another reason why we do what? We do enteric. From the word enteric, hope you know what enteric means. Enteric means what? Enteric means what? Gastrointestinal. From anything enteral enters the mouth, from here down to stomach, intestine. Talks about what? Enteric. Okay? Enteric. So anytime you hear enteric, it talks about the guts, the canal, right? Gastrointestinal tract. That's anytime you hear enteric, that one should come to your mind. It talks about. That's why there are some. They'll tell you oral, parenteral, parenteral drugs, enteral drugs, or oral drugs. They enter the what? Enteric system. Gastroenteritis talks about what? The GIT. Okay. So that's what. So that means everything enteric talks about what? The gastrointestinal. Okay. All right. So please note that. All right. Now this enteric coating, they have two major types. We have the one layer system and two layer what? System. We have the one layer system and the what? The two layer what? System or bi-layer system, as the case may be. Now the one layer system is just the coating formulation. That coating, what you use in coating, you just apply just one layer homogeneously on the what? Tablet. Okay? Just one layer homogeneously laid on the what? Tablet. Just one layer. And it can be white, opaque, or even color. But most probably that the key point there is that it is homogeneous a homogeneous layer on the what? Tablet core. Simple. That's basically the what? One layer what? System. Now you have two layer system. In this two layer system, there are two layers, as the name implies. Okay, there are two layers as the name implies. So what happened here is this. This has an edge over the what? One layer, because this one produces what? A high quality tablet. Okay, it is to produce what? High what? Quality tablet that has pleasing what? Appearance, aesthetic value. Aesthetic what? Value. Note these 2 points. High quality products with what? High aesthetic what? Value. Are we together? Yes. Good. Any question? Any question? Because we are getting to something that you need to. If you are missing out on what I've said so far, you may find it difficult to grab. I need your attention completely. All right. Whatever you're laying should be homogeneous. If it's not homogeneous, will it work? It must be homogeneous. So, but that is the key point there in the other one is just one layer. Of course, it should be homogeneous. But if not, one part will. But you know the other one is just one layer, and then anything that is not well finished will not be attractive, and it's not. In fact, it may even give room for undue disintegration. Am I competing? Because the coating material will not be evenly distributed. Two of us. Some have more, some want, so it should be homogeneously laid. That's the meaning. because it just, in fact, it's of great importance here because it's just a single what layer. Now, okay, so I say that the tablets produced here are what of high quality and of what high aesthetic what value. Now, the step is as follows. First of all, you apply the what aesthetic enteric what formulation. Okay, apply it first. Then the next thing now you now apply what a colored film to seal it. Okay, just apply the what enteric formulation first. Then the next step is to do what the next layer will now be what the film. Now, but there's something. What is the nature of the material you now use? Are we together? What is the nature of the materials you now use in both layers? The both layers can be what? You can use for the both layers, for the first layer, inner layer, and the outer layer, you can use enteric polymer. You can use enteric polymer for both of them. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Or you can also use, for the first layer, you can use enteric polymer. Then for the second layer, you can do what? Get a polymer that is fast disintegrating and water what? Soluble. Any of them is okay. Am I communicating?
Yes.
For the first layer, for the both layer, you can use enteric polymer, no problem. You can also use for the first layer enteric polymer, while the second layer can be what? Fast disintegrating water soluble polymer. Either of them. Remember I said that this gives a high quality what? Product, okay? And the what? Highly what? Of high aesthetic what value. That is pleasing, okay? You can is inviting. Someone like Ada would like to take it even when she doesn't need it, you know. Are we together? Alright, so that's what happened in what? This what? The two-layer what system. Now, let's now look at these properties of an ideal enteric coating material. Let's look at properties of an ideal enteric what? Coating material. Properties of an ideal enteric coating material. What are the properties? Number one, of course, even without being told, you should know that it should be resistant to what? True of us. So you don't need to cram it, right? It should be, because you have already been told that the main aim is to prevent it from what? So you should be able to do what? To resist what? Gastric what? Fluids. At all costs. You should do that. Then why resisting the gastric fluid? It should be what? Susceptible to what? Intestinal fluid, where it needs to do what? Release the what? Drugs. True of us. Because if it also resistance to the intestinal, then that means the drug will not do anything now. The medicine will just pass through and go its way. There will be no disintegration. True of us. So it should be susceptible or permeable to what? Intestinal fluid. Because if it resists gastric fluid, if it gets to the intestinal fluid, it should be submissive to us, so that the content, so that it can disintegrate and release the content. So this is what we do in what? Pharmaceutics. Have you not seen how you are using these polymers to design dosage form? This is what we do in what? Pharmaceutics. Don't worry, when you come up a bit, you grab it. I'm just laying the foundation now, so that when you get there, it will not be an issue for you. Alright, so now another thing we should also consider is that it should what? Compatibility. It should be compatible with the, you know that it's not the only thing. There are other things in the coating solution. Are we together? So it should be compatible with other materials in the coating solution. If not, they will react and start producing something else. Of course. So it should be compatible with most coating what? Solution components. And even with the drug itself. Are we together? Even with the drug, because if not, it will start reacting with anything it gets in contact with. True of us. So it should be compatible. They should stay in peace until it's time to do their work, and they go their way. The same way we are together in this class now in peace. After class, you go your way. If not, you start fighting. This lecture will be scattered. True of us. So they should just stay. then until the active yet is what? The liver. Who do we have here? Okay, your child. Alright, let's continue. That was on the letter move. Now, it should also be what? Stable. On its own, it should be stable. It should be stable on its own. It should also be what? Stable when what? When in coating solution. On its own, it should be stable. Inside coating solution, it should also be what? Stable. Okay. Now, it should not produce a film that on aging, maybe after like 1 year, 2 years, it will start to do what changes. No. Are we together? Yes. So after the finished product, it should remain intact. It should not just start changing on aging. You know what I mean by aging now? With time, okay? Maybe getting close to the shelf life, it will start changing. No. It should maintain its integrity. How many properties of ideal coating material have, enteric coating material have we mentioned now? Five. Okay. Are we together? Yes. Alright, so it should produce a continuous what? Film. It should produce a continuous film at low cost. At low cost. Okay. Now, it should also be easy to apply. It should be easy to do what? Apply without sophisticated, specialized equipment. It should be easy to do what? Apply. It should be easy to do what? Apply. By the time we go into special coating process, you understand what I mean by there are special coating processes. We'll see treat that one, but enteric coated one should be. Please, you don't need all those sophisticated equipment. Just it should be easy to do what? Apply. Then you should be able to do what? Remember, if you've seen some of these enteric coated tablets, you see that they have something written on it, true of course. Yes. And you should be able to write something on it to identify the what? The product. Are we together? Yes. Company should be able to do what? Write something, print something on it. You should be able to allow for printing on it. For what? Tablet product what? Identification is very important. For product what? Identification. So these are we'll stop here on the properties of ideal enteric coating material. Now, what are these? What are the types of enteric coating? What are the types of enteric coating? We have enteric sugar coating. We also have enteric film coating. We have enteric sugar coating, enteric film coating. This is just adding polymer at a particular stage in each. You just enteric sugar coating is the same thing with what? Sugar coating. Film, is the same thing with what? Film. But at a point, you use what? Enteric polymer at some point in this thing. That enteric polymer you use is now will now make it what? Enteric what? Sugar coating. Simple. It's just the same process, but they now add enteric polymer. Are we together? That's what makes it. So let's go. So for enteric sugar coating, what happens is all the other processes is the same thing. But they will now go to this. We have in sugar coating we have different stages, right? We have the sealing stage. Can you remember? Yeah. Now at the sealing stage, that's where they will not add the what? Enteric polymer. Are we together? Yes. So that will make it what? Enteric sugar coating. So for enteric sugar coating, the enteric polymers are included in where? Sealing stage. Other steps as followed in sugar coating is just the same thing. Is it clear? Yes. Good. Now, for enteric film coating, here now, you know film coating is just direct. Hope you know. Can you remember? Yes, sir. But here now, what we use here for that direct is what? Enteric polymer. Okay? They only now use it for direct film coating. So that will make it what? Enteric film coating. Are we together? Are we together? Yes, it's sir. Simply using what will resist, using a polymer that will resist gastric fluid for the film coating. Simple. That what happened in enteric what? film coating. They use what polymer that will resist what? Gastric what? Fluid, and that is at the same time susceptible to where? To what? Intestinal fluid. Two of us. That makes it what? Enteric film coating. That polymer must be resistant to gastric fluid and must be what? Must be what? Susceptible to what? To intestinal fluid. Simple. So you don't need so much this thing. I think with this explanation say, I don't think you need to read it again. True of us? Yes. Now, let's look at another type of what? Coating. Feel free. Controlled release what? Coating. Controlled release what? Coating. So what happened here? Remember we talked about the modified release. You use these polymers to, manipulate, adjust, so as to take charge of how the tablet release is active what? And it is through coating that you achieve this. With the suitable polymer and the playing around the what formulation, then you can control how the active ingredient is what released from the what tablet. Now, for this control release, the polymers used here are mainly what? We have modified what? Acrylates. We have water insoluble what? Cellulose. Water insoluble cellulose. Ethyl cellulose. That EC means ethyl cellulose. EC means ethyl cellulose. So they are used for what? Control what? Release coating. So any other process is the same thing with what? Enteric what? Coating. Are we together? Are we together? Any other process is the same thing with what? As found in what? Enteric. Here they just this polymer and this tenor is what they use. But any other process is the same thing. Okay? So they use polymer like what? What are they? Modified what? Acrylates. Water insoluble what? Cellulose. etc. As I said, coating is coating. But what differs is now what material you now use. Except for the sophisticated ones, which we will talk about. But this one is just the same process, but just these materials have been extensively studied and know the property they can impact in a what formulation. Are we together? Yes. Right, now let's look at the final group of what? Final group of what? Coating processes. We call them what? Specialized coating processes. Specialized coating processes. There are four of them. We have electrostatic coating. We have electrostatic coating. We have vacuum film coating, compression coating, and dipping coating.
Deep coating.
Deep coating. Deep coating. Deep what? Coating. So we have, name them again.
Electrostatic coating, vacuum film coating, compression coating, and deep coating.
If you like, if I ask you types of coating, you start telling me electrostatic coating, film coating. You are just listing only one. And the mark you get is for one. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Please know where each of them belong to. Alright, now let's start from electrostatic coating. This may look somewhat abstract because most of the things we hear is sophisticated what. But let me just explain one or two things. Okay? And then so electrostatic. For them, you know what electrostatic force is, right? You know what is electrostatic. Each time you hear the word electrostatic, what comes to your mind?
Electricity.
Where is it moving? Is it where? Is it connected? That's what type of electricity is that? Use simple stuff to describe what happens in electrostatic. Use what?
It's not dynamic.
It's not dynamic. Can you leave it in our bar? Oh yeah. those that scored 19 pieces, where are you? Face minister, where are you? So what happened in God living? Tell us. God live what? Come.
God live.
Tell us what happened there. If you get the tip of I have to say it. If you rub where? Your hair or where?
Your hair.
If you rub what?
Use spray.
So what next? So what happens? Why?
Because of the
Alright, please let's continue. These things, you know, why I'm saying is this thing. I keep saying this. You keep going back to this thing. This is a foundational, okay? They are what? Foundational. And if you skip them, you have a faulty foundation. Until you go back and fill in those gaps, you appreciate what you are doing. By the time we enter into different polymers, you now understand why you are doing organic chemistry now. You now understand why you did organic chemistry in secondary school. For those that did not talk too much. But by the time we enter into these polymers, you now understand why you are doing Chem 1, 2, right? Organic chemistry. And also by the time we enter second year and start your farm car, you understand why you are doing 1, 2, 2. Now, because most of the calculation you do there is what you do in your farm car, but with different name now. We have now make it pharmaceutical now. We have now denominated it now, call it pharmaceutical name, but it's still the same principle. The same principles of the calculation you are doing in your what? Practical chemistry. When you go to your volumetric analysis, your stoichiometry, you talk of your what is it called? Your molarity, normality, all those things. You bring it up to what? Dilution, you start seeing them. What's that? Okay, you would I've not done normality. Sorry, I'm taking you far. Alright, now let's go back to what we are discussing. Now, let's look at this electrostatic coating. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So this coating is also known as what? Powder what? It's also known as what? Powder what? It's just simple. Let me just explain. Just simple. You know, this powder are what? This powder is electrostatically what? Charged. It's a charged what? Powder. Okay? It's not ordinary what? Powder. They are electrostatically what? Charged. So this electrostatically charged powder are sprayed on the what? On the what? Product. Okay? When they're sprayed, they will do what? They will form the coating on the what? Product. Simple. Any other thing, you just trying to explain what I just explained now.
Just
yes. Now let's continue. Let me just read what is there. So let's go. I said that is what? Is what?
It's known as powder.
Powder what? Coating. But not ordinary powder. They are please know that point. Electrostatically what? Charged. Electrostatically what? Charged powder. So now it's a dry finishing process. This is a dry. Any issue? Okay. This is a dry finishing what? Process. So what happens here? This powder, the fine particles of this powder are what? Electrostatically what? Charged and sprayed on the what? On the product you are doing what? Working on. That's what we mean by a workpiece. That's the product you are doing what? Working on. Now, once the powder is applied, now it will do what? Adhere to the what? Surface. Okay? Once the powder is applied, it will adhere to the what? Surface. You know, remember I told you I'm just trying to bring this down to your work level. There are a lot of things involved, okay? Okay? But just understand the basic thing there. That the powder is what? Electrostatically what? Charged. That's the basic thing. Okay? That his name is, another name is what? Powder what? Coating. And once it is and it's a dry finishing what? Process. And once this powder is applied, now it will do what? Adhere to what?
To the surface.
Maybe when you come up a bit now, you will decide to go into this. And I know that some of you would like to major in pharmaceutics, right? That is a sweet aspect of what? Pharmacy. Let's continue. So now another one I want to talk about is vacuum film. Vacuum film what? Coating. Vacuum film coating. All these things we are trying to achieve is just to deliver active ingredient to where? To the system, through of us. All these things we're talking about is to get this drug inside your what? System. Just understand it. Everything we have been doing since the beginning of this semester is to do what? Get this drug inside the system using different dosage. If you understand it this way, then you have started. But if you don't have the basic understanding, you have not even started. You are still cramming. True of us. So it's when you that's why you cannot sit down on your own and start thinking. Is there anything better that can be done to improve what? Delivery. Even if you are here, you can be here as a student and reason out something. True of us. Yes, you can open this up. I think we can. It's not possible to do this. Research question has come up with true of us. And before it was going on, we put it into you publish your own paper. Even as undergraduates. So I want you to have that mindset, not just to read and pass exam. No, think of what can I do? What can I add to the body of what? Knowledge. To this body of knowledge. What else can I add? And once you start doing like that, then you have started. Now let's look at vacuum film what? Coating. Vacuum film coating. This is a new coating what? Technique. It's a new what?
Coating technique.
It's somewhat sophisticated anyway. But if you understand how a vacuum system works, you understand this. Your thermos flask, is it a vacuum system?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Good. Okay. If you understand your thermos flask a bit, I think no, I agree, but what is constant? Does it make sense now? It's hot and water jacketed. Now, so our sealed from a word vacuum. It forms so it what is better than what? Of how if you understand it, then even you see you will identify this we're talking about. Now, what tablet is placed inside this place. The idea is what? Display what? What happens that the coating solution is applied by spraying. That's why you see sorry, Martina. You see Chichi one is trying to join, but she's still having double mind. You see Vera. See Vera. All right, let's go. And do you know the funny part of it? If flies enter, hey God. I hope it's not there in your hostel. It's not there. You know that is placed where it was found. There is displaced by what? With what night until you get to what? Good. Now, when this is done, the solution is now sprayed. Is sprayed by airless what? You know, this is somewhat, it's a bit what? It's not that simple as I'm saying now, okay? And just at this level, just grab this at this level, okay? I don't want to take you far. Just know that the coating solution is applied by spraying using what? Airless what? Spray system. Now, of course, by spraying now, what happens is that the vapor will do what? Evaporates. Am I completing? Once the vapor what? Evaporates, it will be removed by the what? Vacuum system. So when the vapor will now is evaporated, then the solvent will evaporate as what? Vapor. Because you remember that the vacuum system is hot. Remember it's hot at that temperature. Now when you spray the what? The solution, the solvent will do what? Evaporate, leaving through the vacuum system. So what will remain are the part of the solution that is not a solvent. True of us, the solute, right? The solute will now be on the what? Tablet as what? Coating. Okay? Are we together? Will be left on the surface of the what? Tablet. That's basically what happens here. So basically organic solvents are used here. Please note that point. Organic solvents can be effectively used with these coating techniques. Note that point. Know that point, okay? Of course, the environment should be what? Safe, okay? Right. High environmental safety is also there. So know that point. This is the basic thing that happens in what? Vacuum system. Remember, the pan is hot in what? Jacketed, right? Yeah. Sail to form a what? Vacuum system. The tablet is placed, right? Yeah. Placed there. So what happens? Using airless spray system, you spray the what? The coating what? Solution. Remember, what forms solution? It's not solute and solvent that forms what? That form what? Solution, right? But the solvents are what? Organic solvents. You know that organic solvent, a bit high temperature, they become volatile. True of us? Good. Majority of them. So the vacuum, this is only hot because the pan is hot, right? So when you spray, what happens? The solvent will leave will be evaporated and leave through the vacuum system will remove the what? The vapor. Now what will remain on the tablet will now be the solute, which is the what? Other polymers, true of us? Yes. And they will coat the what? The tablet. This is just simplified principle behind this whole thing. Another thing is based on this thing I just explained now. Other sophisticated nature of the equipment and how you operate it, all those things just based on this simplified what? Principle behind the what? Behind vacuum what? System what? Vacuum film what? Coating. Now let's look at compression coating. If you can remember, I made mention of this compression coating when we were describing types of what? Tablet. If you can remember. When we got to different layers, tablet, and if you can remember, I made mention of what? Compression coating. Good. Please, I wouldn't want to talk much again. Just, you can always go back to that. So, this compression coating is not widely what? Used. It's not widely what? Used. But it has in some situation, it can be used. It's an advantage. And that advantage is this. You know, sometimes the tablet core may not tolerate organic what? So, you know what we have in vacuum film. That one can tolerate what? Organic solvent. But sometimes the tablet core may not tolerate what? Organic solvent. So in such situation, or even what I said, in such situation you can use what? Compression coating. It's not widely used, but this is a situation whereby the tablet core does not tolerate or cannot tolerate organic solvent or even water. Then you use what? Are we together? Good. So in such situation, you really need to do what? Coat this tablet. What are you going to do? You use what? Compression what? Coating. Of course, you don't to be told again while you cook, right? It's for what? You have to mask the what? Test, okay? Yes. Or even to work on the what? The pattern of what? Release. To delay the release of the what? Active what? Ingredient. You have to coat. So what are you going to do? You fall back to what? Compression coating. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
And another advantage, right?
Yes.
Remember that. So in this situation, you need what? Compression what? Coating. So apart from being, remember we said that from the fact that it's not widely used. I'm talking about different situations where you can use compression coating. I made mention of what? When the tablet core does not tolerate organic solvent or what? Water. The second point where you can use them is when you need incompatible ingredient for a formulation. In that situation, you do what? You have to separate them, right?
Yes.
So the incompatible ingredient can be conveniently separated by this what? Process. So this type of coating, it requires a specialized what? I've not seen why I said that it's not your everyday what? Process, okay? That's why the under was specialized coating. So you see, you need what? Specialized tablet what? Tableting what? Machines. Now let's look at, and she's even writing, that's good. Alright, deep coating. Deep coating. Let's look at deep coating. This one from the name. From the name, you already know what happens here, right? Simple. And go your way. But is it that simple? Okay. Alright, now let's go. Deep coating. Here, you apply the coating material by what? Dipping the tablet in what? The coating liquid. Then the wet tablet are now dry. Using your normal conventional coating pan, you can dry the what? Tablets. Okay? So sometimes you may have to, sometimes whenever you need one layer, two layer, more than one layer, you keep doing what? Dipping. So sometimes alternate dipping and drying steps may be repeated several what? Times to achieve coating of desired one. So the desire is you can dip, dry, dip several what? Times. There's a problem with this. It lacks what? Speed and what? Versatility. It lacks what? Speed and what? Versatility. At the same time, the spray coating techniques is more reliable, okay?
Yes.
Than this. The spray is more reliable than dipping, okay? Which of this process does spray coating? Is spray coating pronounced, more pronounced, most pronounced? In each of these specialized is spray coating most vacuum film coating. Good, thank you. So this one has issue with speed, versatility. That means speed. The other means the number of tablets you may coat in a day may not be much. True of course. That's the meaning. Unlike vacuum film coating and others, okay? That's what the point we are trying to make here. And it lacks versatility and is not reliable. to compare with what? It's less liable to compare with what? Spray what? Coating technique. So we've discussed types of what? We're done with types of what? Coating, right? That's the type of tablet coating. Now, I want us to look at, we were talking about this what is it called? Formulation, coating formulation or solution, okay? We're talking about coating. What are the composition, the possible composition of these coating what? Formulation or solution, depending. What are the composition of this? So, the composition as follows. It composed by the first component we'll talk about is what? Film formers. Those that form the film, okay? The film formers, we have two types. We can have enteric what? Film formers and non-enteric what? Film formers. So we have film formers. Under it, we have the enteric ones and the non-what?
Enteric ones.
Then we have the plasticizers. The plasticizers. This helps to make it not to be brittle, okay? We'll still go into that maybe in the next class because our time is almost. So we have plasticizers. Plasticizers are also there.
Solvents.
Then we have what? Solvent. Good solvents. Solvents are also there. And we have colorants. Colorants. We have opaquant what? Extenders. Then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. So let's look at non-enteric film formers. We are now talking about film formers now. Under film formers, let's talk about the what? Non-enteric film formers. I will list them. I will list the non-enteric film formers. Then we'll pick them one after the other. Discuss their properties, how they are manufactured, and where you should use them and where you should not
use them
based on their physicochemical properties and what you need to add to improve them. This is basically what you need to learn from each of these. Know how they are manufactured, the chemical reaction through them, if they are synthetic anyway or semi-synthetic. Then you know how they are. Then you know. Most of them are semi-synthetic because most of them are semi-synthetic because most of them are derived from cellulose mainly. So you know how they are produced. Then you also know their properties, inherent physicochemical properties, and know what they can withstand. And if you must use them, what you should add to be able to do what? Use them. So now let's start. We are the first one I want to talk about. Remember when we are talking about what? Non-enteric film formers. Okay? Then we talk about what? Hydroxyl what? Propyl methyl cellulose. Hydroxyl, we have entered organic chemistry now. Hydroxyl methyl. You cannot run away from it. Lie. You can never run away from it. Unless you don't want to progress. Unless what you want to do is just finish here and go and start selling. Even if you are selling drugs, medicine, you should know one or two things. True of us. So now let's go into it. HPMC, that's the abbreviation. H what? PMC. Hydroxy propyl methyl cellulose. Is this semi-synthetic or synthetic? Is this semi-synthetic or synthetic?
Semi-synthetic.
Why? From where?
From cellulose.
Is cellulose natural or synthetic? Natural, right? Just modification, just one or two things, right? Done on what? Cellulose to produce it. True of us? Because here you start seeing hydroxy group, propyl, methyl. You've done alkanes, right?
Yes, sir.
Propyl from propane, methyl from methane, hydroxy functional group, right? Okay. So the second one we look at is what? MHEC. MHEC means methyl hydroxy what? Ethyl cellulose. Ete from where? Okay. I'm helping you to. I know that's what you are doing now. I'm helping you to remember what you've read in us. Stella is so quiet. What's going on? Huh? What's that? Are you hungry? Talk now. Are you hungry?
Yeah. I can't talk back.
You said he's hungry. But again, now number 3 is. Okay, this one is what? Methyl what?
Ethylcellulose.
See. Methyl hydroxy what? Ethylcellulose. Now the third one is what? EC. EC is what? Ethylcellulose. This one just has only what? Ethyl group in what? Cellulose, right?
Yes.
The next one is what? HPC. HPC means hydroxy propyl cellulose. Why are you coming now?
So there was no more time to stay.
So what?
There's no more time to stay.
Wait, where did you come from? Yeah. Okay, he's the only one that slept in those yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Okay, you said you go host yesterday. Or I mean
There's no one time.
That is being proactive. You first what? Yesterday. Being what? Proactive. That's the main point. The young man is not proactive. You said the one you fetched yesterday. Am I communicating? I just pass a message now. For those that want to grab the message, grab it and it will be useful for you. Be what?
Proactive.
Plan for your tomorrow when? Or even if possible, what? Yesterday. If possible. But at least latest when? Today. You plan ahead. Some of you after today, you just go and sleep. You have no plan for the next day. Is that morning that you woke up, you start looking for your shoe, start looking for your clothes to wear. Start carrying clothes up and down with iron to go and press. If I have not planned my day, do you think I'll be here by 7:30? Every time I go to do this, it's already planned and kept. That's the way to go. You may not understand it now until you start having a lot of things to do. You have a lot. We call them to do things to do. There are many of them, and if you don't plan yourself, you won't achieve anything at all. At this minute you should be here. At this hour you should be here. You should do this. You should do this. You should do this. Within before the day runs, people will be like, how are you able to achieve this whole thing? It's planning. Remember, I don't teach ability alone. I teach you what? Life. Life. Because we are what? Alright, let's continue now. The next one, HPC is what? Hydroxy propyl what? Cellulose. Hydroxy propyl cellulose. So that means hydroxy group, propyl group are attached to where? Cellulose. Two of us. That's why it's what? Semi-synthetic. Now, the next one is what? Povidone. Then the number 6th one is what? SCMC. What's the meaning?
Sodium carbonate.
You will go far. Yes, it's not there, but she looked for it and fixed it. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Sodium carboxy methyl what? Cellulose. Sodium carboxy methyl. So this one has the carboxy group, right? Carboxylic group, right? It has what? Methyl group. Then sodium is also there. Sodium, which is inorganic, is also what? There. And then the core, which is what? Cellulose. So it is still what? Semi. Now, next one is what? PEG. PEG is what? Polyethylene glycol. So we've listed these film formats in our next class by 1, is it 1 or 2 p.m.? 2 p.m., right? So 2 p.m. dots will continue from, we'll now take them one after the other, okay?
Yes.
So, I don't know, if there are any question, if you are, please ask. If you have any question, please ask. In the absence of any question, ask.
Sir, you said sugar coating is where you want to be that taste.
yes.
But all these malaria medicines that are very good, why can't they use sugar coating?
So she asked, why can't they use sugar coating for what? Now, if you coat every tablet with sugar, they'll issue now. You can't be coating every tablet you see with what sugar up and down. Are you aware? You can't be coating every tablet with sugar. Because some people, some patients, you know, they kind of did this malaria drug now. Even yes, those for children actually, those in the wards, in suspension, they can add flavors, add all those things to make it for children. But for adults, a lot of things are involved. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Maybe for adults, if you want to, you can go and use this suspension. There's no issue. Are you aware that as an adult you can still use the suspension? Yes, you can. You can use suspension that is flavored. You can use it. The most important thing is to know the actual, your dose. As an adult now, let's use artemether lumefantrine. That is what is the for adults, artemether lumefantrine. Artemether there is how many milligrams? Tell me. 80 milligrams, right? Lumefantrine is what? No, I mean the one that is 1 tablet, not the one that comes in 4 tablets. No, okay, by 4 is what? 20 what? Hey, can you not say this here?
Hey, Mr. Shagon.
Who's was your here? Tell us. Who's was here? Tell us. Oh yeah. How does artemether lumefantrine? So we have the one that comes by 4. As a fan adult to take 4 tablets at once. So one of those tablets, what does it contain? Yes, it contains artemether and lumefantrine. So artemether there is one of it is how many milligrams?
8.
No, how many milligrams?
Is it
20. While lumefantrine is what?
8.
Oceanga. No. Please, I don't need chorus answer, please. If you know it, say it. We have 20. I agree. Artemether is 20 in a tablet. In that what tablet? Artemether there is what? Lumefantrine is what? 120, right? Is it 120? So that means for an adult should take 4 of them, at least from 14 years above. Okay, should take 4 tablets. So now there are some brand that you see it as 1 tablet. So in that 1 tablet, what is the amount of artemether there? 80 milligrams. Lumefantrine for what? Good, 4-8, right? Now, so that's why they call it 80-4-8, right? So now in that 1 tablet, you know that for an adult now, a dose is 80-4-8, right? Now you now know you can do your calculation if you have a suspension that will give you the type of test you are looking for, right? If you have a suspension now, you now know not how many meals to do what? Take. Am I communicating? Having studied how many milligram 5 ml should do what? Contain. You can calculate how many ml 480 milligrams should be found in 3 of us and know how many ml you will take from that one. I want to do an assignment. Do it and tell me in the next class. Hey, do it. Don't worry, just do it. I said, it's simple. What you need to do is this. Look for, you can check it up for the suspension. Just look for any suspension of artemether lumefantrine for children, okay? Look for any suspension. Then check the leaflet or the pack or whatever the medicine information. Check how many milligram of each of these artemether and lumefantrine that we found in 5 ml, okay? If you check it, then you now know that as an adult, you take 80 milligram and what? 40 milligram. Now you now know how many ml that will deliver that what? 80 and what? 480 milligram for an adult. It's simple. It's a simple calculation. I have taught you how to do this here, even though we are not a farm car. But I've done something like that here, just a proportion, okay? If this is found in this, how many nail will contain what? 480, 480, right? So do it. By 1 p.m. I will know those that did it. By 2 p.m. I will know those that did it. Before we start our class. Hey, what is that again? Huh? You don't understand what? Who understood it? Hey.
You said how many men will deliver
Okay, let me explain again. I said, remember where this whole thing started from? She asked a question. Why are they not coating all the antimalarial with sugar? I told you you can't be coating every drug with sugar like that. Now I said, if you think you can't tolerate that. You can. I asked you, do you know that you can also use suspension for children? All you need to do is just know how many ml that will give you the dose you need as an adult. And I ask a question. For attempted lumefantrine in the market, you started from the one that are 4 in one. You take 4 at once for an adult. One of the tablets contains 20 milligram of what? Artemether. And 120 milligram of what? Lumefantrine, right? I agree. And I said that there are some brands that to enhance compliance, they pack all the 4 tablets in one what? Tablet. Are we together? Now, I now ask, in that one tablet, artemether there is how many milligram? You said 80, right? And I asked, lumefantrine is 7 milligram. You said what? 480, right? I agreed. I now said okay. Now, if as an adult, if you are to take the tablets, one tablet you are taking 480 milligram at artemether and 480 milligram what? Lumefantrine, right? And I say, because you want sweet test, you now go down to what? Suspension. And I ask you, now browse any artemether lumefantrine suspension. Look at it critically. Find out how many milligram of each of these in 5 ml. Now, if you be able to identify how many milligram of each of these artemether lumefantrine and what? Artemether and what? Lumefantrine in 5 ml. You can know exactly. You can do a calculation and know how many ml you can take as an adult to give you that what? 80 milligram and what? 480 milligram. It's simple now. It's simple. It's simple. Do it. I am preparing you for task ahead. Do it now. It's simple. It's easy. By 2 p.m. I will know those that did it. Before we start our class. Remember our quiz by 3 p.m. So get prepared. Hello, are we together? Are we together? From today we'll start adding essay questions in the quiz. 1 essay question in the quiz. 1 you write essay in your exam. It's not true. Yeah, so I know what I'm doing. Well, yes, your council is OBJ, I agree, but you still write before you pass. For you to go to that council, you must pass for 3 of us. Yeah, so I should add small what? Essay questions. So it will start today. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Are you cool?